securing your Nagios installation is critical to ensure the integrity and confidentiality of your monitoring data. Here are some best practices to help secure your Nagios installation. Use HTTPS. Nagios supports HTTPS, which encrypts communication between the Nagios web interface and the user's browser. Enabling HTTPS ensures that sensitive data is encrypted in transit. Use secure authentication. Nagios supports a variety of authentication methods, including LUP, Active Directory, and a password. Using a secure authentication method ensures that only authorized users have access to Nagios. Use strong passwords. Ensure that all Nagios user accounts have strong passwords that meet your organization's password policy requirements. Restrict access. Limit access to Nagios to only those users who need it. This can be done by using firewall rules or network segmentation to restrict access to Nagios. Regularly update Nagios. Keep Nagios up to date with the latest security patches and updates. This can help prevent security vulnerabilities from being exploited. Monitor Nagios logs. Monitor Nagios logs for suspicious activity, such as repeated failed login attempts or unusual commands being executed. Use strong encryption for sensitive data. If Nagios is configured to monitor sensitive data such as passwords or other confidential information, ensure that the data is encrypted in storage using strong encryption methods. Limit plugin access. Plugins used by Nagios should be limited to only those that are necessary for monitoring. Unused plugins should be removed or disabled to reduce the risk of vulnerabilities. Use a dedicated server. Nagios should be installed on a dedicated server that is used only for monitoring purposes. This reduces the risk of other applications on the same server being used to exploit Nagios vulnerabilities. Regularly audit Nagios configuration. Regularly audit Nagios configuration files and remove any unnecessary or unused configuration settings that could be exploited by attackers. Use role-based access control. RBAC implement back to ensure that users have only the necessary permissions to perform their tasks within Nagios. This can help prevent unauthorized access or modifications. Use secure communication channels for remote checks. If you use Nagios to monitor remote hosts, ensure that communication between Nagios and the remote host is encrypted using secure communication channels such as SSH. Harden the server operating system. Harden the server operating system on which Nagios is installed to reduce the risk of attacks against the server itself. This includes applying security updates, disabling unnecessary services, and using strong passwords. Implement two-factor authentication. 2FA. Consider implementing 2FA to add an extra layer of security to Nagios. This can help prevent unauthorized access even if a user's password is compromised. Regularly backup Nagios configuration and data. Regularly backup Nagios configuration files and data to ensure that you can recover from any security incidents or system failures. Store backups in a secure location that is not accessible to unauthorized users. By following these best practices, you can help secure your Nagios installation and reduce the risk of security vulnerabilities being exploited.